What does one say to an ancient Nephilim ghost?
I suppose you start with...
All right, sweethearts, what are you waiting for? Breakfast in bed?
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy, and we're back with another Diablo 3 Season 34 video. This is episode 8 of our Hardcore SSF challenge. 30 hours, how far can we get into the game? Thank you for all the comments on the last few videos. I have been reading them. I'm trying to get better at getting back to people. It's just been a busy week because I have finished with my current job, so I promised to shout out a couple of co-workers. So Kat, Megan, thank you very much for working with me. Lots of fun at the company we were with. I've got a new job that I'm starting in just over a week, so I've got tons of IRL stuff going absolutely crazy. But I'm still enjoying this series, and I do have a bit of time off before starting my new job, so I'm hoping to start actually filming a few more episodes because I really would like to get to the end of this challenge. What we're going to do today is I think the next thing on the altar is the Whisper of Atonement gem. Now, that's going to involve getting to wave 125. Now, we probably could do that, but I possibly want a little bit more Paragon. I possibly want my Esoteric Alteration ranking up a little bit more. So we might just simply do some keys and then do some GRs and then maybe go and attempt that towards the end of the episode. Now, somebody has suggested that I picked up a very nice Squirts somewhere. So it is clearly not that one. So there should be one in here. There we go. Strength, crit damage. We can roll that onto crit chance, and I think possibly it might be worth taking a stab at sanctifying some shields. We could also sanctify the weapon, and as somebody said, we don't have to. We can keep sanctifying the same weapon, which I do know, but I just kind of want to try and get the resources out of the spares. So I'm gonna, I think, just basically keep all the spares. If we have to, we will re-sanctify until we get something we like. But in general, I think we're going to do it by collecting up spare pieces here and there and try it that way. So we've got this squirt. So I guess maybe we want to do... We've got 10 of these crucibles. So that's not bad. And I think maybe if we just try a couple of shields just to see if we get what we want. I'm not sure how many we've got. We've got 2. Got another flail there. Let's put that there. Let's have a little look. Do we have any more shields? Again, I do need to sort all this out, so maybe we do that now. So normally I put like armor pieces, I think, in these slots. I think it's normally belt and then boots and pants. And in this one, I think it's normally like inbox is at the top. So that's not inbox. What's inbox? Inbox, that one. And then I think I generally save weapons in the next couple, or maybe follower stuff in there. So gems, follower, inbox, weapons, and I guess we'll kind of try and keep it like that. So we've got those 2 shields. Yeah, okay. I think we can kind of sort this out as we go. Puzzle rings, and then we go in here. I'll just kind of sort this out a little bit as we go, I think, rather than doing it in one fell swoop, because it's going to take about 10 minutes. It'll be really boring, I think. So again, maybe I'll do that off camera. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't quite decided on that. Let's have a look at these 2 shields. Let's see if we can get one of them to sanctify with the correct power. Really difficult item to roll. So that one is a flunk. We've got the best, the blessed shield one, or blessed hammer one. And we've got it again. Now, we can just simply re-sanctify these 2 shields. Again, we don't have a massive amount of the crucibles, so I'm going to just hang on to them for now. And we certainly can re-sanc them later. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Let's just tidy this up. Pop the ring in there. Hat's going to go in there to empty these things out. So, necklaces... ring, and then belts are going to go in this one. Right, let's put the key build on. This is very bad gameplay. We don't want to be spending this long in town. Town is lava, and that is, we don't want to be here at all. So let's just go and get some keys. In terms of the season, I'm still plugging away on my main account. sneaking up to about 1750 Paragon. I want to get at least to 2k. I was kind of hoping to do more, but I've got a really big in real life event trip. I'm going to be away for about probably 3 weeks. I'm not sure how much game time I'm going to get initially in this new job, because I'm going to have to like learn everything from scratch. It's not a role that I've done before. It's not a sector I've worked in before. So there's going to be an awful lot of learning of things. So I'm going to try and keep up with bits and bobs here and there, but I kind of really need to be getting a bit of a hustle on this next week. I haven't tried the Crusader for a little while. Somebody suggested, I think once it gets to about 2k Paragon, there or thereabouts, it should be as powerful as a Demon Hunter. So I'm not a million miles away from that. I do need to... I'm finding it difficult to actually find public groups to play in. Ooh, picked up another gift. That's going to be useful, especially if we're going to be doing some resanking. But yeah, I need to probably try and see if I can have some game time, like peak kind of like time, like Saturday evening, something like that, just to see if I can jump in some 140 to 150 gameplay as a ZDH, because I think that would probably get me enough Paragon. And other than that, I've got a shit ton of builds still to try. Very, very keen on doing the Magic Missile Wizard, and the Teleport Bounty Monk probably needs setting up, because on my main account I'm really, really dry on the bounty mats, so I do need to get that done. I've been picking up far too many yellows. That is the pet's job. We've got a spare Flail of the Charge, so that's good. We can certainly have a little look at that. There is the possibility, of course, that we just find a really nice one, like an ancient high damage roll. Probably damage percent and cooldown reduction, I think, are what we're really looking for. So that is a possibility, but it's a difficult item to get to roll well. Most items in this game are quite difficult to roll. It very much is like you find your beginner stuff, like what we've got at the moment. You just need to like improve it over time. Now I think this is one of the better T16 tile sets, because we'll gobble up that angelic crucible, because it can roll, I think, lots of the little weapon racks, which is really good for the white items. Though I don't think we've been past one yet. Could do, because obviously I'm potato. And as I always say, guys, it is actually far more difficult than you imagine to actually commentate and play. It looks super easy. I think it's a bit difficult, but that might just be my potato level skills. I think we'll probably get to like maybe 30 keys, something like that, and then go blast GRs, because GRs is where we want to be. That's going to give us, I think, what we need, which is the Paragon points, really, and the gem levels. But of course, you need the keys to do the rifts. Could go vision hunting. I don't think that's necessarily too bad an idea. But I'm going to try, I think, and spend as little time in the visions as possible, because I think they're probably going to be the least efficient and effective thing that we could probably do. I mean, I like it as a game, a really good addition to the game. But in general, I tend to find that I think just the community in general likes them a lot more than I do. Like, I don't mind playing them, but I don't really see the sense in being like massively overstocked in bounty mats. And the Forgotten Soul rate is probably marginally higher than just doing normal rifts, but I don't think it's like a massive amount. Oh, look! Why have we not? We're not even using our primal weapon, guys. What a whoopsie! But we found ourselves a very nice upgrade here with this ancient chest plate. I was going to say unfortunately it's dropped with armor, but that's actually quite good, I guess, because we can roll all res on that. So that is decent, actually. So the gift can go in there. Where have we put our crucibles? Crucibles should probably be in there. They are. Ancient Compass Rose, we'll look at that later. Let's see. We'll keep the Larceny Ring again. Might use that at some point. Spare Flavour of Time. Can't remember if we've got one. We probably do somewhere in this mess of a stash. But for the moment, we'll certainly keep that. Yeah, good find. That is a good run. We've managed to pick up the ancient chest plate, so we can bin off the non-ancient one. We just probably need to make sure that we're keeping enough spares. So let's just pop these. So it's normally, I think, hats and shoulder in there, and then I normally do chest plate and gloves in the next one. So pop in our super duper all-res diamonds. We probably don't need 2 spare chest plates, so we'll get rid of one of them. And saying that, maybe it's worth keeping 2, because if we die, we'll need to collect up an entire spare set, so maybe 2 spares is a good idea. Let's put on the primal weapon, because obviously it looks like I neglected to save that last time. And primal is always more fun. So double the damage. I know we took the crit damage gem out of it, but that is... we'll take it. I mean, we don't really need damage per se for the moment. Let's put in gems, I think, in the correct stash slots. Again, I'm just going to kind of sort a few of these out each time we go, because I don't want it to be like a massive, like 10 minutes of me sat doing the stash, because as I say, that's probably quite boring. And I know I can right click these over, but I like them at the bottom. Like that. That's how I like it. Right, so, I mean, there is an argument here, actually, to be fair, that we shouldn't be Torment 16ing with our primal weapon. Reason being, if we disconnect or I do something really dumb, then we lose access to a very good weapon. So there is a thought process for that. I think we're going to risk it. I think I'm going to stick with the primal, just for the fun. Oh, Goblin Field! Yep, we'll take that. Thank you very much. There we go, primal. Oh! So, 10 minutes in, already primal number 1 of the day. Fantastic. It's probably completely not usable to us. What was it? A Messerschmitt's Reaver. We will never use that, but we can certainly feed it in to the altar. In terms of that, actually, again, one of the comments I think was saying it might be worth just feeding everything straight in. That's the strategy that they use, because ultimately getting the double primals is powerful. I tend to do a weapon first because I just think it makes a big difference. Less so this season, I suppose, with the sanctified power and the ability to like craft a primal weapon. But I just always think it's worth the investment for the extra damage. But I can certainly see the merits of taking the other approach of just jamming them all in to the altar. I mean, it's nice. I enjoy finding primals. I enjoy seeing them on a character. I know it's like a little bit of a psychological stupidity, because the difference between a primal and like a nice ancient for most items in this game doesn't really matter. But obviously the weapon is certainly potentially an exception to that, because the damage on a primal, even over an ancient one, can be quite a nice little boost. We've picked up another plan, so obviously not quite finished with that. We'll jump back in, I think, and just have a little leg round and see what we can find. 19 keys, so another maybe 2 of these runs, and then we'll go and do some GR blasting, and then we're going to have to sit down and have a little think about what we want to change build-wise, if anything, before jumping into the Echoing Nightmare. And I think there's going to be 2 kind of like strategies. One will be to either pop the conduit much earlier than I would do normally, just to make sure that we get up to 125 and then can be suitably overwhelmed. That might take a little bit of practice. Not entirely sure when that would be the best time to do that. And then the other one is to just jam a load more toughness into the build so that we can survive. The latter one will give us access to the goblins and the goblin fields, albeit it can be the case that they don't spawn for like absolutely ages. And it's, again, we'll have to use a little bit of experience, I think, as to when it is that we can safely stand in the corner, have the time, the overwhelm bar go up enough that we don't die. Of course, one of the things with this build is it attacks automatically. Even if you jump off the horse, the sanctified power still goes off. You can still actually damage stuff even when you don't want to. You've had enough. But I don't know. I do feel a little harsh, I think, on the hardcore for the Echoing Nightmare. As in, like, there should be a way of backing out of it and getting the gem once you've had enough, in a sense. But then I don't know if that kind of like ruins the hardcore experience, because I kind of like the risk elements to it, as in, like, you are kind of taking a bit of a chance going in. There's probably one of the easier ways, I think, to mess something up and die. And we've got another two-handed flail, so we don't have space for it, so we'll get rid of that because we're not going to use it. Let's have a look at our goodies. 24 keys. Yeah, maybe one more go. Or maybe two. Now, in the past, I would normally chuck this to the follower, so you would re-roll the strength off for intelligence and then pass it on to your enchantress, and then that just makes like getting to that main stat threshold a little bit better. What is our Oculus? Our Oculus is at 76, so that's something that does need upgrading. So let's pop that spare Oculus in. Let's do a gold wrap belt into the cube. Got a dexterity monk string of ears, that's no good. We've got a ancient Talrasha gloves, which is interesting. So we've got plenty of flails now, so that's good. Plenty of puzzle rings as well. I'm not sure how many of these we're going to need. I think maybe the bottom row, and then we can sanctify them. And obviously if we find any ancient ones, then of course we don't need to take that step. So let us get rid of all this stuff. And how far are we on the Primordial Ashes? We need one more, I think, to do the next altar unlock. Nemesis Braces. Again, I've got it in my mind that I've picked up spare ones. But we'll just chuck a couple in there. So we don't need any more Nems, I don't think. If we find any more, we can just simply bin them. But yeah, I think two spare copies of everything is good. There is an adage that I like from the military, which is if you've got two, you've got one, and if you've got one, you've got none, with the view to basically you should always have a couple of backups and redundancies, because shit will go wrong. You need to hope for the best and plan for the worst, I think is a good rule to go by. And that's kind of, I think, why I'm salvaging the sanctified items that we're making rather than just resanking over them, because I'm just thinking we probably need to be a little cautious with the materials. And it's not massively important. We've got the primal weapon. It's possibly not massively important to upgrade the stuff at the moment. Albeit the squirts is that's kind of like for free. We've only got to roll a decent crit roll on that, and it will be certainly a bit of a damage buff. So I think to do that, we just need either one of these flails sanctifying. So maybe that's a strategy. We could sanctify one of those flails, hope that it hits on the thing that we want, which is of course the Fist of Heaven's power. Then we can salvage our primal that we've crafted, and that would allow us to unlock the second potion slot in the altar, which could be useful because we could take the reduced damage one, which I'm thinking is probably the more handy for hardcore. If it was not hardcore, I'd definitely pick the triune one. The extra, damage, cooldown. Again, there's an argument for that anyway. The cooldown's really, really handy. Because if you stand in the little cooldown circle, it really does help resetting Akarat's champion. And of course, with that having a secondary cheat death for us, the more uptime you have on that, the easier and the more comfortable you'll find life. 27, so it looks like one more, I think. Again, somebody made a good point, which I completely forgot, is that there is a Kane's weapon, I think, which the follower can take. So, oh no, it isn't. Somebody dropped the comments in, there's a Kane's weapon. I didn't, well, I was like, I can't believe I forgot there's a Kane's weapon. The reason is, there is no Kane's weapon. So, we have to put on the hat, and we don't want to do that, because we like getting the extra gems. But it would be nice if there was a Kane's weapon, because then we would be able to take the Gloves of Worship, have absolutely no concerns. Right, so this is the last T16 that we're going to do, and then after this, Gonna go do a little bit of GR blasting, and then we're then gonna go and do the Echoing Nightmare thing. And we need to check the game as well, just to see if the Caverns of Frost have spawned. And I know that it can spawn without the bounty, but until we're like really putting the effort in on the Staff of Herding, perhaps we don't need to be doing it unless it is the bounty. If this was softcore, I'd just hit map and check now, but I think that would be unwise on hardcore, because we could well get ourselves killed. But we'll do the flail thing as well, I think, before we do the GRs. I just have to talk constantly whilst doing this, because otherwise I will forget. I'll 100% forget if I don't remind myself constantly about it, and the probability of me forgetting is still high. It's just lower if we go through it. So part of this is talking to you guys, and part of it is just literally because my own brain is pretty stupid, and I need to remember that when we get back, we can have a look at flail upgrades. I think the shield we've got, even though it's not ancient, is not a bad one. Crit and area damage. I'd prefer crit and Fist of Heavens, I think. Let's just check with the shields that we've got. We sanctified both of them anyway, so I don't think they were nicer in terms of the rolls. So we've got 4 goes at this. Again, I'm just going to sanctify all 4 of these because we're going to try and be efficient with the materials, and we can always re-sanctify them later. So we get the angel power, we get the blessed hammer power, we get the angel power, and we finally get the Fist of Heavens on the last one. And look at those stats, that is gross. We've got gain life per wrath spent, which is terrible because we don't spend any wrath, and we've got increased wrath regeneration, which we don't care about because we don't use wrath. So that's a bit of a whoopsie in terms of it would be better if it was anything else. We can resanctify any of these 3 though, and it is worth it, guys, resanking this because that we're basically missing 10% damage and 10% toughness. So we drop 10% there, but we gain maybe with the squirts if we roll that. So I guess let's have a little look. And if we roll this up to crit chance and just see whether how much, if at all, this is going to improve it. So cooldown's not bad, but strength I think is going to be better. And we're going to need some more green gems. Attack speed probably okay. We've got 9 crit. So it's about much of a muchness, to be honest, guys. So we gain 9% damage here, but we lose like 9% damage here. I'm not sure that is particularly worthwhile doing, and we're going to lose 10% toughness and 5% toughness. So I think actually we're going to make it a little bit worse at the moment. The only advantage is that we can salvage this primal here and get the next altar thing done. But I'm not sure that's a massive consideration. I'd rather leave it like this, I think, for the Visions of Enmity, because the toughness is the main concern. But certainly something we can consider. Of course, I forgot Invokers has braces and no chest. I was looking for an Invoker chest plate and it didn't exist. So that was pretty dumb. And it appears as though I got confused and thought the Icon was the Invoker chest. So we'll pop in. We need a spare Invoker piece. Or do we not? I don't think we need one now, do we? Because this is just basically for the set dungeon. So, yeah, shoulders go in here, of course. Gloves go in here. Pants go in there. And boots go in there. So that will remind me as to what is what. I think if we build up a bit of a better stack of the crucibles, then maybe we'll resank some of those things. We should actually be saving just an ancient 2-handed weapon anyway, in case we do swap to the Enchantress. And we decide to re-roll on intelligence class. Choices choices. Excuse me. I think shards were going on shoulders because I still think they're quite easy to hit. So this is where they're going to get spent. Ooh, well, we do get the ancients. 10% area damage is the lowest, I think. So mineral on that. Resource cost reduction is not helpful, but I think again we can roll that off. Whether it's going to improve things enough, I'm not sure. So let's look with the 650 vitality. So we gain 0.5% in damage, we lose 5% in toughness. So again, I'm not sure that's a trade worth taking at the moment. Of course, the ancient ones could be augmented, so we will, I think, save them for now. But I suppose we do get the area damage as well, so it's probably better than the 0.5% damage. Pick up radius, gold find. Again, I'm going to think on those shoulders. I'm not 100% convinced. We'll keep looking for a better pair. I mean, I suppose we're going to have to swap anyway, because really we probably won't cooldown on them. So strength, we always get all res. So I think the ideal might be vitality and cooldown reduction. I think area damage would be the best for like pushing, but at the moment, again, we're still kind of like a baby Paragon. We do struggle for toughness, I think, to begin with. Right, okay. So the GR build looks like we did bother to save the primal on there, so that is good. We've got the Zeiss is at 95, ESO's at 25, Gogok's at 25. But I think we'll just whittle down a few of these keys. Go from there. Right, I think we'll just do hundreds. Can't quite remember how comfy this was, so it might be that this is very, very comfy. We can jack it up to 105, and we can get some more levels on the Zeiss that way as well. But yeah, that looks good. Good with that. To grab the orb in the corner. There's another elite that I didn't even see. It is a very small crystal arches, this one. So I think we need to leave about 10 minutes or so for doing the nightmare. Again, we probably should just be doing those as soon as possible, because we do need to get orging. Because obviously that becomes like a self-compounding system, as in like a couple of augments increase our damage and increase our toughness, which we can play at a higher level. That means we get more Paragon. That means we can play at a higher level. And it kind of rolls on and on like that. I think the strategy that I'd convinced myself into was super, super fast, because augments, getting the pieces and getting a build augmented is going to be the main challenge here. Yeah, that felt good. I think we'll leave on 100, but we might do 105 just to see, because I'm guessing it's been a few days since we've played, so I'm guessing somebody has kicked us out of the top 500. Let's have a look at that whilst we're porting to town. Oh no, we're still in the top 500. Argument that we could maybe do it anyway, just to pump up the Zeiss. So that might be worthwhile doing. Now we'll have to do 104 first. And we get a Festering Woods. And so jump in this Ocular Circle. Yeah, this still is okay. Obviously not as good as 100, because the mobs do have more health. But that's still pretty quick. To So not a bazillion miles away from kind of like bridgeheading into, like 110 would be nice. I think that would be a nice level, I think, to get to, because the paragons will fly up pretty quickly at this like 740, 750 range. But when we run out of horsey, we're gonna struggle a little bit, I think. We probably should have popped those ancient shoulders on just to make sure the game was correctly calculating the guardians buffs in there. I assume that it does, but it's always worth double checking. Yeah, we need to get to 110 for the altar, isn't it? So there we go, top 450 now. So not bad. And this, if we do pump up, we're supposed to be doing the Zais, aren't we? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Melv, GZs. Thank you, Melv. Not really at the limits of our power at the moment. 750 Paragon though, that's nice. Always nice. And compass roses that drop with sockets are potentially useful because it just means less time rolling. Physical and low crit damage squirts. I guess we keep that. Again, with a view to possibly reforging, possibly sanctifying. And the rest of the stuff looks like straight junk. Albeit we do need 2 copies of the Vigilante belt, so that's that done. Again, I can't quite remember what is in the stash and what is not. So rather than wasting time looking, let's just dump that in there. We need to be doing 3 runs, I think, rather than stopping. That'll help us with our efficiency. Okay. Do we go up? Do we try and go up? And we'll do 105. I need to remember to pop the at least one of the upgrades on the Zais. If not all of them, because again, the faster we can pump that gem up, obviously it's like diminishing returns after a while. Like the extra, like the difference between a level 100 and a level 90 Zais is not gigantic. But the whole thing is basically, if we just, the way the builds in this game work is if we can just add these little micro mini damage increases just constantly, so we can absolutely min-max it, then that will help us out. Because again, the more we can min-max it, the tougher we're going to be with Paragon. Augments, the more damage we do. And, you know, a little 0.5% here, 0.5% there, it does add up over time. But the big next thing is going to be augments, I think. That's going to add a lot. And if we can sort out correct sanctified weapon, then we can get that 10% damage uplift off our new and improved squirts necklace. So, like, not quite a tier 10% damage, but, you know, it'll make the current tier faster and add a little bit more. So there we go, 431. So we can maybe push the top 400 is another thing on the ideas list. So let's just go all the way with the Zais. Really bugs me when you fail the 17-80% ones. 60% I don't mind failing, because that's close to 50-50. You can expect to lose quite a lot of those. But 80%, man, that does annoy me. It feels like it happens way more than 80%. Or way more than 20% of the time that we fail. But I'm wondering whether we should just try and do the 2 Echoing Nightmares, because there's a good chance I'll mess the first one up. Because as I said last video, I'm still quite nervous about that. It is definitely one of that and pushing are the 2 things that terrify me. Like this I can cope with. You know, we're possibly playing a little bit above like the efficiency breakpoint at 105 at the moment. There's an argument that we should be a little bit lower than this, just to like crank out the 60-second runs. or like 100 basically. But you know, we're not vaporizing this stuff. Maybe we'll drop back down to 100, I think. But doing the echoing nightmares, that we could genuinely lose the character if I make a mistake in there. You would have to like exit to the main screen, and then you're going to lose your key basically. And we've only got 2 of them, and that's what a few people have said in the comments. The drop rate on those is low, so this is a little nasty. Not really enjoying this map. I don't like it when the health bar goes down. Very bad. It's always these. Oh, there we go. Shield pile. We can stop worrying now. And it's always these claustrophobic maps that you do feel like, I'm not sure. Can I get away? So we get double keep depth. Not amazing. But hey, not every map can be Festering Woods. So we are running out a bit of juice on the Rift Guardian here, because that was like a full go of the horse with no pylons, and we're going to have to like manual a little bit. So I think once the Rift Guardian is not doable with like one go, then I think that is bad. But we'll take the upgrades on the Zais. So we're over 100 now. One more maybe? Yeah, 103. So I think that'll do. We'll drop down to 100. Get the esoteric up. Get the... Bruh. Oh no, I've said it. I'm going to have to delete that. I have to go in and edit that. Where are we? 36 minutes. I've said the naughty word, guys. Well, at least 36 is easy to remember because it's a lucky number. I cannot believe I'm not allowed to say that, or I'm going to get demonetized. Stupid YouTube. I hope I haven't said it at any other point. We've got ourselves an ancient pair of invoker boots. We'll take them. The set dungeons are fixed at some really low level, but we'll take the extra stats. And of course, we get a Tragul's Corroded Fang, which is nice. Well, it would be nice if we were going to make a Necro. I think we probably should save those arm guards, because that is again something that we might well be using some Torment 16 stuff. So let's do shoulders still on our quest. I think we're going to check the shoulders, weren't we? Just to make sure. So do the numbers go down as suggested? So not by much actually. So maybe like that doesn't look like 5% to me. 5% should be more than 4 million in the toughness, because 10% is like 13 million, 14 million. So 5% should be 7 million. So it should go down to like 130. So perhaps that's an okay trade. The damage isn't going up very much, but we do benefit from extra area damage. So maybe we'll keep that for the time being. We do have the vitality on, which we probably don't want, but we'll take it for now, I guess. We don't need either of those two shoulders. Let's carry on rolling. Oh, I'm super annoyed. I need to print out in front of my screen, do not say the naughty word legendary gem. Absolutely have to stop saying that. Right, is it worthwhile risking and doing a vision? We've got 2 keys. I think perhaps if we just simply take the Traveller's Pledge, that gives us 50 toughness. I mean, we're doing 105 at the moment, so Echoing Nightmares doesn't really translate, I think, blow for blow to the wave levels. We will have like a conduit pylon. Maybe we could do both the things. So we take the Compass Rose and the Traveller's Pledge, and we take a Unity, and perhaps that's enough for us. Do we have any Unities already with the socket? I'm wondering. Don't think so. We don't need that anymore. So that can go. doesn't look like we've collected any up. Can't remember what colour gem. Is it green? No, this is a yellow one. So I guess we roll off the attack speed. We keep the main stat for the toughness. And we're just going to look for a socket on this. There we go. So perhaps... Ooh, I tell you what, we will lose the sanctified power if we swap off the skirts though. But we would also have to go and take that crappier weapon, which has got the sanctified power on it. So that one. Do we have a gift? How many spare gifts have we got? We've only got one. Maybe this is worthwhile doing a little bit later when we're a bit more flush with the resources, because I don't massively want to waste the gift on this. It's crappy. But we'll do it. We'll do it anyway. Let's take that off. Let's put that on. Let us take out the esoteric from the amulet. And conventional elements or Stone of Jordan, which is better for us. We also haven't bothered matching the element yet. Let's roll the resource cost reduction off this amulet. We possibly need to see whether we've got a better one. Right, was the Stone of Jordan's holy, so we could keep those two. I think maybe, I mean, it is a double crit convention though, with physical resistance. So yeah, I think maybe, I don't know how much damage we lose from not having lightning, because we should really have lightning. Let's try without the convention of elements first. I think that's probably the wrong choice, but we do want the Stone of Jordan, because otherwise I think we're losing quite a bit of damage by having mishmashed elements. We could just make another pair of Guardian's Braces. That's certainly an option. Right, so Unity is in Traveler's Pledge. Oh, we're losing both, aren't we? Because we're going to have to take both of them. What a donut. So Holy, I think the automatic one has got the Holy on it, but let's roll Lightning, because that seems to make more sense. Maybe we'll have a little look at doing some take damage, and there we go, we get lightning. Maybe we should have a little look at the braces and see if we can make a slightly better pair. We've only got 14 Chaldean Nightshades. That is not a massive amount. Oh! Wow. Primal Guardians, 2 primals again in a single episode, man. That is tasty. They've got the crit on, so that's good. Life per second is not good, but we could certainly roll that to Vitality. Now, that's a tricky one. Do we salvage this and plug it into the cube, or do we just keep it and we can find ourselves a fire Stone of Jordan? I think we keep. That's my gut is saying keep. Oh, we've got another really nice pair here. Wow. So strength, vitality, 6 crit, and we can roll the armor off for whatever we want, and we get plus experience and plus lightning resistance. That is a sick pair. We've got 2 sick pairs of braces there. So that makes me more likely to salvage those. But they've got even reduction from ranged attack 7%, so really good secondaries on those as well. Ooh, this is tricky. Let's save a couple of spare pairs of Guardians, I think. And then we're going to roll these ones to lightning. And we could be good to go. In the vision. Or echoing nightmare even. Don't need fire, just need lightning. So plenty of goes for this. We just have to be patient and wait. 15 I think will do for the time being. So we're not going to jump straight into the echoing nightmare. We'll just go test this on Torment 16 just to make sure I've not done anything wrong. Of course, the follower is going to need a Unity as well. I'm sure a few people were watching that thinking, Filthy's a total donut. He's definitely going to forget that the follower needs the Unity as well. This will be rough if we die, because we're going to lose both of them And we do need to remember to put the avarice band back on the follower at the end as well. Right, so I think these were spare. I think this was all trash. So we've got the cheat death on. Yeah, so we're going to save this as Echoing Nightmare. Let's just go have a little look-see on a Torment 16 just to make sure. Yeah, looks like we've got everything set up okay. And this is like a kind of tier 80 to 90. So, oh god, I'm nervous. Really, really do not wish to do this. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. We're going to go and do our first Echoing Nightmare King. We're going to empty everything that is essential. Because I am kind of worried. Maybe we just pop the conduit at like wave 100. I think. I'm probably making too big a deal of this. Yeah, conduit at wave 100 maybe. I think. Because I don't want to go much past like 125. I want to literally be like overwhelmed at like 125, I think. So maybe we do the conduit early. Like maybe we just pop all the pylons at like 80 and ride them there. And it goes really quick to start off with. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll do all the ones once we get to 80. We'll pop them all. Right, which is now go, and then we're gonna see just how it is, because we only really want to get up to wave 125. I've got no interest in the goblins at the moment. I'm too chicken. Need more experience to feel comfortable doing this. So wave 110. These meteors will hurt a lot. Wave 115. 16, 17. So I'm just going to count these down, and then once we get to like 125, we're just going to hide in the corner, basically. So 124, I can't remember. Do we have to do 126? We're on one sheet death, guys. We're on one sheet death. Right. This is it. Just run away. 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 There we go. Whoa. Again, I'm probably making too much of a deal. Okay, we did that. That was okay. I think as a strategy, I like that. We don't get the goblins, but I feel like I can maybe do that without doing any cheat deaths, as long as I'm not a donut and don't run into explosions. Yeah, that was not fun. Right. Okay. So what have we got option wise? 5% missile damage reduction, double DBs, or the resource. We don't need the resource, so that's definitely last. Double DBs I'm not that interested in, so we will go for the missile damage reduction. Augmented weapon, I think the Staff of Herding, which reminds me, oh man, so we've got to waste another gem. Now this is a tricky one. We could use the Petrified Scream and get a 125 and just augment something. It does feel a little bit of a waste of a 125 augment. It's maybe better to do like 10 GR levels, because I think... Oh no, it's only 30 gem. Yeah, so let's not... When I'm on the softcore season, I'm dead lazy. I just basically do like a Whisper of Atonement on the weapon and stick it in the cube. I know it's stupid, but it is lazy. So I think if we maybe get the Boon of the Hoarder up to 30, it's only one more run, and then we can feed it to the cube or the altar even, and then get another one. I think that's going to be the plan. Yeah. So I think if we could just do the second one of these, I guess, whilst we've got the gear on. And the last one worked, so I guess maybe we just do this, because getting one augment at the very least is going to help us. So let's do it. And it was level 80, I think, is when we popped everything. That seemed to be okay. Probably need to be a little careful with the Akarat's champion as well. as in I need to make sure that we have access to that. So maybe we save the cooldown pile one, and then we can Akarat ourselves. So maybe we pop the damage ones at like 80, because that was enough to get us to 125, and we'll save the cooldown because we will potentially need to reset the cheat death. I'm definitely overthinking this. I'm definitely overstressing it. Right, we'll pop speed. We're going to pop the Condi. We're going to pop power, and then we're just going to try and not die. And holding off on the Akarats. And pop it Akarats now. So we really want to avoid all these explosions. Wave 1, 18. I'm feeling a bit more comfortable now. I'm less panicked. I was quite panicked last time. We're going to just take the cooldown pile on now, guys. Just that we've got the super fast Akarat's champion back. We're at wave 124, 125. So just one more wave to 126. Okay, we can now chill out. So we just need to get overwhelmed and not die. So let's Akarat. Let's keep that up. Let's keep the defensive buffs up. Not attacking. There we go. Yes, that felt far more comfortable. And that was pretty dumb, because we should have gone and got those shoulders before popping the chest. Did we pick up the Westborough Atonement Gem? We did. Okay, so there we go. We can do one augment, so that's decent. That's okay. So we just need to do that like another 13 or 14 more times, and then we've got enough gem-wise to augment out our build. But yeah, certainly one of the more stressful things to do, because as I say, we can actually rip the character in there. But we didn't, so that's good. Right, let's go back to the GR build. Let's do the last few levels on the Boon of the Hoarder. We're going to have to replenish that though, because it's a very useful gem, of course. So let's just have a look at Caverns of Frost. Did we get it? We did not. But yeah, we're going to have to start doing the Staff of Herding soon. We should have checked the Act 2 Dalga Oasis, because that might have also had a bounty. It would have indicated we could go there for the progression. Clear the Mysterious Cave. So this is good, because this means I think we've got a good chance of this chest being here for the Liquid Rainbow. So it's always worthwhile checking the new games when you do go into them, just to see whether they've got something. I think it's left and then down to the Mysterious Cave. We don't need the Key Warden because we're not interested in Hellfire Amulet. Thank you, Mr. Bloodshot Goblin. We'll take those. I need to do this week's Challenge Rift as well. That reminds me. I've got a few more days to bust that out. Last week's was crazy. It was the craziest Lord Demon Hunter I've ever seen. Now, this area has got an okay spawn rate in this map. There's a couple of locations I think it can be. It can be a pain though. So I tend to just like port into the area, head south, and try. And as soon as I hit the bottom wall and like at least one of these areas, I just basically remake the game. Now we're looking, I think, for a chest, and I want to say it's called like. Is it called Mysterious Chest? It is called Mysterious Chest. Of course it is. The bounty's called Mysterious Chest. So there we go. Liquid Rainbow. Nice. So that is part of the altar done. I'm really tempted just to see if we've just been really lucky. Is it the Bridge of Corsic or is it the battlefields? I can never remember. So the Caverns of Frost is either over here or on the corresponding other side, I think. Or is it the next one? I need to research it. Let's have a look. Goblins. We don't get goblins, so we'll go out. Again, I know some people say do the keys. Right, yeah, it's definitely not this section, so it was the previous one, which I thought it was, but always worth double checking. So it's either on this side or the other one, the one that we went down first. But this is why I like checking to see if the bounty's there, because obviously we've kind of run around here like a bit of a dope for a couple of minutes. We haven't found where we're supposed to be, and this is just like wasted time. So sometimes it can spawn quite far over, I think. So this is possibly one of those occasions. Don't know if it can spawn up here in this corner. Yeah, there we go. So Caverns of Frost, we'll do it. We're seeing if we're going to get lucky. But at least if you know it's a definite Caverns of Frost game, then you get the indicators to where it is. It makes life a lot easier. But we'll do it. I'm going to leave part 4 of the fantastic Crusader book behind. Don't really need it. Now, I think the drop rate for the gibbering gemstones definitely improved since they buffed it, putting the altar back in, because that first altar season, man, that was rough trying to find this. Resplendent chest. We just need to keep an eye on here, and it'll tell us if and when we've killed Chiltara. I think you can get like her and one of several other kind of like special mobs, but even if you get one that isn't her, doesn't mean she can't spawn. She can be in there anyway. Like we killed that grasping dude. That doesn't mean that Chiltara isn't here, I don't think, but it doesn't look like we've got lucky and seen her. You can always hit enter, have a little look. Always worth double check because it's easy to miss, guys. But it doesn't look like we got her. So rip that particular run. But Liquid Rainbow is handy. That is a difficult piece to find. So that's going to save us a little bit of time. We'll simply chuck that in there. Right, we've got the Bloodshot Goblin, so we do have some shards to spend. I think we maybe move on to Boot. This belt's crap though. And the boots are okay because they've got decent-ish stats on them. So maybe we try belt. Belt's hard. There's a lot of belts in the pool. It's a very annoying one to get. So again, certainly an item that you could try and do upgrades for in a cube, or potentially run the visions just to try and see if you can get it. Look at that, we've got Zokrin's Gaze. I mean, if we were interested in setting up all the classes on hardcore, we'd be flying with some pretty tasty items here. Like that's an annoying item to find. So yeah, that would have been good, but we're gonna bin it. Right, how are we doing for keys? We've got 27, so that's fine. So I think maybe we just do the, as we said, the last few levels on our Boon of the Hoarder, which we will then feed into the cube. We also need an ancient weapon now as well. So we could feed one of those sanctified ones, but that's very lazy. That's a bit of a waste. We probably should just feed something ancient. So again, we might have one in the stash. I'm not sure if I've had the presence of mind to save one, but if not, you just be patient, wait for one to drop, don't reforge it. And again, it's probably not worthwhile doing one of those sanctified items because they're worth like 15 forgotten souls. I don't like being on cheat death. That's not good. So I don't quite know what I did there. Did I just get too close to whatever came out the pylon and it bulleted us? I need to be a little bit more conservative now rather than just simply whizzing ahead. Now we can go back to whizzing ahead because shield pylons are awesome. #1 find in any map playing hardcore SSF. Shield pylon, definitely my best friend. Cooldown good as well. Get to reset the Akarat's champion. But yeah, we need to keep an eye out for an ancient weapon at the end of this run, or have a little look through the stash, because that might delay us again. Yeah, I think this is the kind of difficulty we want to be at, because we did get that Rift Guardian pretty quickly, albeit we had the benefits of a shield pylon. We could give up ESO. We could do that already, I think. But I think the Boon of the Horde is probably less important, because we can always go key farm with the GR build on. It's not a massive problem. We've got another pair of AoV gloves, so they could be ancient. We're going to struggle finding a better pair of gloves, I think, for a little while. I mean, they're almost better. In fact, they are probably better, because we get extra 50 vitality. We would have to roll them up to the 50 crit. But we do have poison resist on, so they're an interesting pair of gloves. That is good. Right, did we get an ancient weapon? Doesn't look like it. Have we saved? Are any of these weapons ancient? I don't know if a shield counts. I want to say it doesn't. That caustic could be ancient, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't look like I've had the presence of mind to do one. Has Mr. Follower got a weapon now? He's got a crappy yellow one. If this caustic is ancient, we'll use this. 1 in 10 chance. Do we get lucky? We do not. Ooh, got ancient gold wrap though. Again, don't think we want one. Do we use one? Maybe we do. Maybe in the key build. So we've got a better pair of gloves that need rolling up. We might just leave that for a little while because it's not a massive upgrade. A couple of % on toughness. But ideally we're looking for an ancient pair that we can augment out, I think. Right guys, so I think this is going to be episode 8. The goal for the next one is to get the next altar unlocked. I think we might be on the staff of herding after that, or maybe up to GR 110. So we just need to find ourselves an ancient weapon. That will pop out in no time because we don't care what weapon it is. Feed that to the cube, and then on we press up to GR 110 and above. I've been the Filthy Casual. Hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you're enjoying the season. Take it easy, guys. Peace.